It's the Ross Tucker Football Podcast.
Oh, yeah, it is. But it's not just any Ross Tucker Football Podcast. It is a Picks Friday. It is a Finish Strong Friday. It is a Winners Friday, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's dive right into the winners before we get into last night's game. I love winners. I love people that want to be winners. I love people that want to help the mom and pop shop grow that we talked about yesterday after that email question. Who do we got, Bri?
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
People like Kevin from Buffalo. I saw a quote tweet from Kevin where he said, yeah, it is. When I tweeted something like, everything you need to know about the NFL in 30 minutes or less, Kevin quote tweeted it. Kevin from Buffalo said, yeah, it is. Well, you're right, Kevin. I love quote tweets. We like to retweet your quote tweets. If you say something positive about the show, that is your best avenue to going ahead and getting one of these signed press passes or pictures or football cards of me, whatever you want. I love sending it to you guys. I love it because you're listeners. You listen to me every day. You deserve to have something signed for me if you want it. The sponsor confirmation email winner, I went back and checked my records last week. Nick Blyler. Oh, yeah. Nick took advantage of both manscaped.com using the code FEAST20 and 10,000.cc using the code Ross Tucker. You do both those things, Nick, you are a Madden copy winner. Email me, ross@rosstucker.com. I need to know whether you want the PS4 or Xbox version. Congratulations, buddy. You went the extra mile. You win it. That's how it works. It's a meritocracy here at RT Media. The YouTube shout out, P-Stick. No idea who you are, P-Stick, but there were a bunch of YouTube comments from you, and they were appreciated. You were mentioning how much you love the show. Well, we love that you love the show. I think P-Stick said that Even Money is the best podcast, the best betting podcast out there. That was appreciated, P-Stick. So let me know who you want a little cameo-style shout-out to from your boy. Speaking of shout-outs, shout-out today, David Bradley. He is today's patron of the day. Look, we are racking up the tuckheads at patreon.com/RT Media because people, I think, want the even money bets. I get it. But you also get to talk about daddy sodas and food and the shows, everything else with all the awesome dudes and dudettes we have on the private Slack channel for the tuckheads, patreon.com/RT Media. Just make sure you become a tuckhead.
The Big Show.
All right, Ross, so let's start with last night's Giants and Washington football game, Thursday Night Football. Your thoughts?
What an absolutely wild game last night, Bri. I mean, that was crazy. There's so many things I could talk about, so many things we could go through. I mean, Taylor Heineke got off to a rough start. He had an errant throw, took a sack. Giants just marched on their first drive. Daniel Jones, they called a bunch of designed runs and read options for Daniel Jones. He looked really good doing it. He's legitimately fast. I mean, he's got some serious physical tools, and it led him for a touchdown. Daniel Jones ran in for a touchdown. It was an awesome first drive for the Giants. And then the second time they got the ball, it was awful. Nick Gates, who had been their starting center last year, he's a captain. They moved him to left guard. He had an injury so bad, they didn't even show it on TV. Sounds like he broke his leg. I feel awful for Nick. Then the Giants blew an opportunity to score on that second drive. I'm pointing this out because it's important. The final score was Washington 30, New York Giants 29 For those of you who didn't watch or didn't see the highlights, it all matters. They were about to get at least a field goal on the second drive. Then the Giants get a delay of game, they get a sack, and boom, no points. And by the way, they scored points on 7 of their 10 drives, Bri, and still lost. Heineke then started to get hot. He threw some nice throws to like De'Ami Brown, who went up and got one. McLaurin got one. And so they scored a touchdown. So we're kind of going back and forth. By the way, Jonathan Allen, total stud for Washington's D-line. Their D-tackle, I mean, he was dominating. Really, I thought the Washington D-line, it's weird because I thought the Washington D-line did a lot of good things. Chase Young, Sweat, Allen. But overall, I also thought the Giants' offensive line, that revamped offensive line, Price at center, Bredesen at guard, I thought they actually did pretty well. You know, they held up pretty well. They give Daniel Jones enough time. So one of my least favorite parts of the game, Daniel Jones runs for a long touchdown run. It was an awesome run. He is fast. But it got called back on a bogus holding call on C.J. Board. It's so frustrating. Those of you that follow me on social media probably saw it at Ross Tucker NFL. You know my philosophy. If it's close, don't throw the flag. When in doubt, don't throw the flag. They did the exact opposite. And so, of course, the Giants have to settle for a field goal, cost them 4 points. It was a good downfield block. He might have grabbed his jersey for half a second. You're allowed to do that. Offensive players grab defensive players' jerseys every play. For the people on social media saying, he grabbed his jersey, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. The Washington football team then marched for a 2-minute drill. Heineke was real good in the 2-minute drill. He got hot again. McKissick was a nice audible by Heineke for a McKissick touchdown, which was kind of gutsy. Because if they get stuffed, they wouldn't even gotten a field goal off. But the Washington goes up 14-10 at halftime. But I'm telling you, man, Kenny Dimes had some awesome throws in the second half, including down the sideline to Darius Slayton to go up 20-14. By the way, as I posted on social media, the Giants gave Kenny Golladay $40 million guaranteed. They drafted Kadarius Toney in the first round. Their best 2 receivers are Slayton and Shepard, the 2 guys that were already there. It's crazy. So after that touchdown, it was like just impressive field goal kicking. You know, both teams would move the ball, then they'd bog down, and the kickers were doing awesome field goals back and forth, back and forth. One of the other key points in the game, Daniel Jones has a great throw to a wide open Slayton. Then maybe Daniel Jones, maybe was a little bit overthrown, or he could have put a little more air into the ball. But one way or the other, Slayton has to catch that. Either just catch it in the air, run under it, I don't know, dive for it. One way or the other, lay out for it. Slay has to catch it. He didn't. Slayton has to catch it. He didn't. So the Giants settled for a field goal. This is a theme. That's a couple times now. That's one time the delay game and sack, they didn't even get a field goal. Twice should have been touchdowns. They had to settle for a field goal. So, of course, right after that, Taylor Heineke, long catch and run to McKissick down the sideline. Then Heineke just threw a gutsy ball in the corner of the end zone that Ricky Seals-Jones, of all people, went up and caught. So Washington goes ahead. They've got the lead then. But then James Bradbury, he reads a Terry McLaurin hook and comes and jumps it, and Heineke throws the ball to him. So Bradbury gets the pick. Giants pretty conservative after that. They kick a field goal to go up 29-27. They give Washington one more chance. Heineke gets Washington in field goal position. Hopkins misses the field goal. You guys got to watch the highlights of this if you didn't. Hopkins misses the field goal, but Dexter Lawrence jumped off sides. He jumped off sides on a game-winning field goal attempt. The dude missed it. Because he jumped off sides, they got to kick it again. Hopkins makes the second one. Washington 30, Giants 29. I just talked for 6 straight minutes about this game. It deserved it. NFL football is awesome. There were people complaining about the matchup before the game last night. Don't be a spoiled football snob. Enjoy it. Love it. It was amazing. So that is why I think LinkedIn is amazing. I know that segue didn't make any sense, but guess what? It doesn't have to. You just have to go to LinkedIn.com/Ross to post your job for free. Sure, terms and conditions apply, but who cares? LinkedIn Jobs help you find the candidates worth interviewing faster. Did you know every week nearly 40 million job seekers visit LinkedIn? And you can post your job for free there. Do you know there's 770 million people on LinkedIn? That is crazy. And LinkedIn has all of the technology so you can focus on the candidates with the skills and experience you need. Use screening questions to get your role in front of only the most qualified people. Love the tools, love the filter, love the easy way to interview and hire. LinkedIn.com/Ross.
Want to know which team is going to win every single game on Sunday? Then listen up.
All right, well, let's start with the New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
Well, so I'm going to take the Patriots to win the game. The Jets are very beat up. I think the Jets we might be able to put forth a pretty good effort. I liked what Greg Cosell had to say about Zach Wilson, but the Patriots are the better team right now. I'd be surprised if they don't get this victory. This feels like 27-17 to me, maybe 24-17, somewhere in that realm.
All right, Denver Broncos, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'll be taking the Broncos. Now, I think the Jags will look better. They're playing at home. They can't look much worse than they looked against the Texans. But I didn't like what Greg said about the Jags O-line. I'm not surprised. It's their third year together. What a bad look that it's their third year together and they're still performing that poorly. Bad look for a lot of people, quite frankly. Now you got to go against the Denver D-line. That's not good. I'll take Denver to win that game. Let's say, I think it'll be closer than people think. I think it'll be like 24-20. I'm going to show a little faith in Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer to keep it close, but not enough for them to actually win the game. 24-20 Broncos.
Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins gonna lose. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. They're a solid team, but here come the Bills. By the way, there's one guy, Bri, every day he sends me a tweet. Please stop singing. Please don't sing. I'm going to write his name down next time. You know you love it, though. Like, you know you love it. You know you do. Are we wearing the exact same color shirt, by the way, Bri?
We may be.
What is this color?
I've got like a turquoise.
Yeah. I've got like a turquoise shirt on too.
Listening.
What's that?
I said this is playing out very well for everybody who's only listening. And not
well, we need more YouTube subscribers. YouTube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. Or you at least get to see the highlight clips if you follow us on social media at Ross Tucker Pod. And you can see turquoise as we talk Dolphins. I'll still be taking the Buffalo Bills. I think they bounce back after the disappointing loss to the Steelers. I think the Dolphins were fortunate to beat the Patriots. I think turquoise is a nice color. I think the Bills win. I'm going to go 24-17 again. It seems to be a theme for me today, Brian.
All right, San Francisco 49ers and your Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forth on this one, but I'm going to believe what I saw week one. I'm going to believe, number one, the Niners coming in a little beat up, lost their starting running back, lost their best corner. The Eagles, very healthy, very good both sides of the ball. Lincoln Financial Field should be bedlam. They weren't able to go to the games last year. They're excited about the new quarterback and head coach. It should be packed. It should be nuts. And I think the Eagles are going to win the game as underdogs for the second week in a row. Yep, I am doing it. I'm going with the Eagles. Awesome football game, back and forth. but Jalen Hurts with a game-winning drive late, 24-23. The Birds get to 2-0, and you can let the doggies out, Bri.
Ross's Underdog of the Week.
Who let the dogs out?
Me. You get it, Bri?
No.
So the song says, "Who let the dogs out?" I'm the one letting the dogs out. So when they go, "Who let the dogs out?" Who? I go, me. Was that funny?
The Los Angeles Rams are at the Indianapolis Colts.
You know, between Scott Graham on the Eagles preseason games and you on this show, it is really tough to even get you guys to smile at some of my horrible jokes. Like, it's supposed to be horrible. It's supposed to be so bad that it makes you laugh or chuckle. And you just move right on to the next game. Disrespectful. Anyway, I'm going to go with the Rams. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win this game. I think they might be getting Eric Fisher back. But they're still a little beat up. They did not play great up front. They've got, Quentin Nelson not 100%. Braden Smith not 100%. I got to see Wentz play better. I got to see the O-line play better. And the Rams looked pretty darn good. And the Seahawks tore up the Colts. So I'm going to go Rams. Hard-fought game, higher scoring game. 27-24. The Rams get to 2-0. Colts 0-2.
Raiders and Steelers.
I'd be really surprised if the Steelers lost this game. This is a tough spot for the Raiders. Monday Night Football, overtime, obviously incredible late game victory. That doesn't bode well for going on the road to Pittsburgh the next week. I don't know if their O-line can hold up against the Steelers' D-line. I doubt it. I don't like the Steelers in this game. I love them. Let's go. But they're not that high scoring. Let's go 23-16 Steelers. Now, 23-13. I think they win by 10. 23-13, the Steelers.
Cincinnati Bengals are at the Chicago Bears.
Interesting game. I mean, the Bengals have a very real chance here to get to 2-0. I don't think it happens. I think the Bears bounce back and get a win. Here's what I think. I think teams like the Bengals aren't good enough to be 2-0. And I don't think the Bears are bad enough to be 0-2. At the end of this week, there's going to be more 1-1 teams than there are 0-2 or 2-0. I think the Red Rifle plays well against his former team. I think Andy Dalton comes out and plays well. I think the Bears defense plays better against that porous Bengals offensive line. I think it's a low-scoring, ugly game that the Bears win 17-16.
Next game, it's the Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns.
So this is a weird one because on the Even Money podcast, I like the Texans with the points, but I'm not picking them to win the game. I mean, I'm not doing that. The Browns are a really good team. I don't think the Texans are as good as they showed in week 1 against a bad Jaguars bunch. I think the Browns probably win by 7-10, probably 27-17, 30-20. But I do think the Texans are able to cover the spread for those of you that are into that. But I like the Browns. And the Browns are actually a pretty good survivor pick, Bri.
Your survivor/knockout/whatever you call it, pick of the week.
New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers are next.
I got a couple tweets, Bri. Did we forget this game on the Even Money podcast?
I think we did. I went back and looked. I think we did.
Oh, gosh. Where is it? I don't know how I did that. What a bummer. Anyway, I like the Saints to win the game. I think it'll be a pretty good game. I'll take the Saints. Trying to think of the score here. I think it's a close game. I think it's a good game. I think it's like 24-20. Carolina only scored 19 points against the Jets. So maybe like 20-17, 23-17. I will take the Saints to beat the Panthers, although I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Panthers won that game. I would be surprised if some of you, after what I've said all week, didn't get Duralast Elite brake pads, available exclusively at AutoZone. Proven tough. They're 3 times longer than a typical Duralast pad. That's how much longer they last. They're even made with copper-free ceramic. I didn't know there was such a thing. I don't know a lot about ceramic. I know this, though. They're eco-friendly. Is it eco-friendly, Bri, or eco-friendly?
That would be eco, Ross.
They're eco-friendly. So you'll get high-end brake performance with low-end environmental impact. Pretty cool, right? Plus, AutoZone has over 6,000 locations nationwide. Means they have one near you. And more ways to shop online and in store. You'll have no problem picking up a set when you need it most. The future of stopping starts with Duralast Elite brake pads only at AutoZone.
Minnesota Vikings, Arizona Cardinals.
The Minnesota Vikings. So this is a toss-up game. I'll take the Cardinals because they're playing at home, but I would not be surprised if the Vikings win. The Vikings got off to a terrible start against the Bengals. They're not that bad of a team. I don't think the Cardinals are as good as they showed against the Titans. I think this is a 27-24 game. I'll go Cards, but be on upset alert for the Minnesota Vikings.
All right. I have no idea. This can go either way, this next game. Atlanta Falcons, Tampa Bay Bucks.
That was like your attempt at humor there, wasn't it, Brian?
That was an attempt.
Okay. No, it can't go either way. The Bucks will win this game, probably by a lot. Let's say 31-13. I mean, Atlanta did not look good. 31-13 Bucks. Lock them up, Bri.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
All right, Tennessee Titans, Seattle Seahawks.
Well, I don't know how you can pick the Titans after last week. I mean, I'll pick the Seahawks. This does feel like one of those games where the Seahawks aren't as good as they showed and the Titans aren't as bad as they showed. But I'm still going to pick the Seahawks to win a closer, better game, 24-20 Seattle.
Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Chargers.
I got to go Chargers. No DeMarcus Lawrence to be able to rush Justin Herbert. Major problem for the Cowboys. Major, major problem. Could be a shootout, Bri. Could be very entertaining. Let's go 31-28 Herbert and the boys.
Sunday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens.
Sunday night is football night, and PicksWise is the app for sports betting picks. Every game, every day, every sport. Loaded with best bets, props, and parlays. You can find in-depth analysis on every game. Here's the key. All for free. Free is for me. Found your pick? Search our latest sportsbook promotions. Sign up for an account. Compare the odds. Place your bet. Download the free PicksWise app now to make your next bet better. PicksWise backs responsible gambling. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And if all you do is get the PicksWise app on your phone, take a screenshot, send it to me, ross@rosstucker.com. Maybe you win next week's Madden. Get the PicksWise. Show me the PicksWise app on your phone. That's all I need.
You never really talked about KC Baltimore, did you?
Oh, Chiefs. I'll be doing the game. I think the Ravens could win it, but the Chiefs have really had the Ravens number. So let's go. Let's go 24-20 Chiefs.
All right. Finally, Monday Night Football, Detroit at Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers are another good one to lock up if you haven't already. The Packers are going to win this game probably by a decent amount. Monday night, Rodgers going to show out. They were embarrassed. The Lions just don't have the same level of talent. Let's go 31-17, the Pack. 31-17, Green Bay. Lock them up, Bri.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
Let's also give some shout outs to Pizza Boy Brewing, Sporticulture, Vision Comics with an X, HumanHeadNYC.com, and SteakhouseSports.com. We love you all, and any of you can get shout outs for your business at the end of every show if you go to patreon.com/RTmedia and you become, I think we're done here, members of patreon.com/RTmedia, which is awesome. How about another patron shout out? Why not? Eric Hartkopf. Eric Hartkopf, you get a shout out too. I haven't given you one yet. We're getting a lot of new patrons these days, a lot of new Tuckheads level patrons, which we love. How about that easy way to get Madden next week, by the way? Just get the Pixwise app on your phone and send me a screenshot. It's that easy. Ross at RossTucker.com. Have a terrific weekend, everybody. Remember, triple header for your boy. We got Army against UConn, noon, CBS Sports Network. Tomorrow, I love when you guys take pictures of you watching me on TV. That's awesome, especially right at noon when it's actually me on your screen. Then we'll do Eagles pregame. Then if you're driving Sunday night, or you can get it online somewhere, Chiefs, Ravens will be your boy on the call. Should be a really fun weekend. I think we're done here.
Thanks for listening to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Make sure to also subscribe to the Fantasy Feast, Even Money, Business of Sports, and College Draft. All available at Apple Podcasts, RossTucker.com, or wherever podcasts can be found.
A lot of times on the show, I mentioned DraftKings. Here's what you need to know. You got to be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. By the way, if what I was talking about included a deposit bonus, doesn't always, sometimes it does. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough, and deposit bonuses are paid out in site credit.